Good evening. Welcome to Listen Up. My name is Ralph Wilkins. I'm here tonight to have a conversation with you, just to talk, to have you listen up, because someone will say something to you and you'll say, I hear you out of arrogance. But are you really listening? Are you? This is Listen Up, a show brought to you on Fifth Sun TV. I'm going to be reading to you tonight from 3 of my books, from Emotional 2, Emotional 3, and The Sayings of Samad, not in that direct order. Balance is the acceptance of all the elements of your life. The construction of bridges in your life between those elements, binding them together to show the complete image of who you are. You feel me? Did you hear that? I'm going to say it again for you. Balance is the acceptance of all of the elements of your life. The construction of bridges between those elements, binding them together to show the complete image of who you are. Listen up. Who are you? Who are you, really? Who are you, really? Okay? I understand that a lot of y'all youngins, and some of you old heads, don't want to hear nothing nobody has to say, because you think what they have to say is not valid, because they're preaching to you or they're saying something that they don't know well. Hey, I'm not a preacher. I'm an OG, but the young used to call me triple OG. All right? I'm going to read you a poem I wrote, and then we'll expound on it bit by bit, piece by piece. It's called Resting. When fear and intimidation drive you to kill, there will be no bravado, relief, or thrill. If it's a man you have to kill, some fool who didn't know his blood was spilled. When fear and intimidation drive you to kill, do you think the man in charge will care how they make you pay? By a needle, gun, electricity, or cyanide from the pill. To live in fear and intimidation all of your life, your personal demons drive your hand to the gun and the knife. When fear and intimidation are pushed aside, then anger and revenge are the demons that will die. I face my demons, put down the knife and the gun. Now I sleep like a baby when the day is done. Did you hear me, man? Sister, brother, cousin, nephew, father, did you hear me? When fear and intimidation drive you to kill, that's a heck of a statement. Because you go down to the corner store and you see some guys standing around, you know that they are clicked up, or they have animosity toward everybody, maybe even you. And you know they were there before you left your house. So you armed yourself because you had fear and you were intimidated. Just know, first off, your decision to go down there was in error, because there was nothing down there that you couldn't do without until the next day, or a time when those individuals aren't there, right? Just know that there'll be no bravado or relief or thrill if it's a man you have to kill. Some fool who didn't know his blood was spilled. Now, some fool, someone doing something foolish who didn't know his blood was spilled. Hey, it could be your blood. Could be. Because you don't know. You can't tell the future. You might practice with your knife or with your gun. You might think you're really fast. But you go down there and it's 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5. And they're not all lumped together, they kind of spread out. And you have to pick your targets. Who are you going to shoot first? You got 9 bullets, 17 rounds maybe. Can you get your gun out and shoot all 5 of these guys before one of them gets a bullet in you? Can you do it? Can you? Really? Then you say you go down there and you knock off 3 of them, 2 of them run. But the guy got cameras on his building. And you're on camera. You're on film. Murdering 3 people, killing them. Right? Do you think the man in charge would care what the reason was or why? Do you? Do you understand the logic in your making those bad decisions? Hey, listen up. Listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me in your heart and your mind. Make them link up. You're not proving nothing to nobody. You're not. And then you're going down there and those people, those guys down there are melanated like you. They're black like you. But you're being brave. You're going down there to brave it. Because these men you see as your enemy, when your real enemy was the guy that drove you crazy in the beginning. And he wasn't black, he was white. They drove you, him, her, and him, and me crazy. Made us stupid to the consequences of our acts. Okay? They have different ways of making us pay for our actions. Consequences. By a needle, lethal injection. By a gun, cop on the corner shooting you dead. They surround your house, SWAT, coming at you. Electricity, in some states, they hook you to a chair and juice you, right? And when, in some states, they have a gas, a cyanide pill, or they did. I know I faced it, that cyanide pill. But you're living in fear and intimidation all your whole life. You don't know, and you're not thinking straight. You're not separating reality from a nightmare, right? You have to stop and think. You have to stop and think. You need to stop and think. Think about it. Hey, a needle, a gun, electricity, or cyanide by the pill. They have ingenious ways of taking you out once you break their laws. You just can't go around taking people's lives or taking their property. And though those ignorant fools, those ignorant savages on the corner down there were barring you from going into the convenience store, you couldn't get in there without going by them because they want to ask you, do you want to buy weed? Do you want to buy some methamphetamine? Do you want to buy some dope? You want to get high? You want to be stupefied in your brain, you know? Hey, all I can say is you need to let it go. Because fear and intimidation are demons. And you have to view them as demons. You got to see them as demons. You got to view them as obstructions to your sanity, to your peaceful coexistence with your brothers and sisters. Now you say, that ain't my brother, that ain't my sister, I don't know them. But they are your brothers and sisters. We all related. We all like puzzle parts to a great big giant puzzle. Great big picture, right? You in that picture, your mother's in that picture, your father's in that picture, your sisters, your brothers, your girlfriend, your baby's mamas, they're all in that picture, right? They're all your brothers and sisters because you're related by melanin, man. All right? Sister, you're related by melanin. You can't be going crazy and doing stuff like that. You can't be. You got to stop. You have to face those demons, that intimidation and fear, and you have to face them. Face them down and deal with them. Pump your chest out, be a man. Put your chin down so you don't get knocked out. Because it's a fight, man. It's a fight. It's a fight. If you want to sleep like a baby at night, you get rid of those demons. Right? If you're going to go down to that store or to wherever that place is that you want to go and not encounter knuckleheads or not react to what they do, you got to let go of the intimidation and fear. Let it go. Walk until you can walk. Just walk by. Because for real, they don't care about you. For real. They will respond to your energy. They are responding to your energy. Now, let's talk about consequences. There are consequences to all your acts. Okay? The good and the bad acts that you put out there. Excuse me. There are people who say that there's karma. What goes around comes around. But we don't have the patience to wait for the good to come around. Okay? Because you put good out there, good's going to come back to you. It might not come today or tomorrow or the next day, but it's coming back. All right? When fear and intimidation drive your hand to kill. If it's a man you kill, there is no bravado. You don't pump your chest out because there's no thrill to it. You're talking to a man who has convictions for that very thing. Hey, that act, those acts of violence will follow you to your grave. Every day and every night. It's on your mind. Some people join the church and pick up a Bible, put on a tight suit, find themselves a corner, and lie. Oh, Heavenly Father, save me from those fruitless acts that I committed. Or, yeah, I did it, fuck it, I'm with it. Hey, we make a lot of really crazy bad decisions in our day. The deal is, you got to put down the knife and the gun. Got to face the demons. Because see, fear and intimidation are the demons. The knife and the gun are the tools that are used by those demons. We all have those demons in us. All of us do. You got yours, I got mine. But we have to do the right thing. And let it go, man. Now, how you let it go is your business. But you got to let it go. Some people become Christians, join the church. Some become Muslims and join the mosque. Some join the Buddhists or the Hebrews or the Jews. Or they pick up all these different foreign ideologies and they roll with them. And they stick to it. But all your interactions with other people bring their ideas, their misdeeds, their consciousness into you. Because you've opened up yourself to that when you decide to join that. Hey, the first thing you do is to separate yourself from all those cliques and understandings and philosophies and religions and stand on your own. I'm a firm believer in the Creator, the Most High. But I had to get with Him on my own first, on my own terms. I had to get with Him on my own terms before I could decide I wanted to reach out and join something, or go and stand and pray with people, and let their energy get soaked up in their energy. When you're around 10 or 15 people and their energy soaks into you, it's like you're in a pool getting wet with water. You're inundated. Okay? I'm just saying, hey, listen up. My name is Ralph Wilkins. I'm coming to you on my show, this show, Listen Up. It's brought to you by Fifth Sun Television. But what can I do to let you know, to let you see, to make you see that you need to choose another path? Sisters, stop, put some more clothes on. Brothers, pull your pants up. Be young men. If you don't know what a man is, there are a lot of men in your neighborhoods that you overlook, that you don't talk to. You got common sense. You can feel when somebody's energy not right. You know, say somebody walk up to you and gave you a bag of clothes. Some of them's old clothes, some of them's new. You sort through them because you need some of this stuff looks pretty good. You take what you need and you pass the rest on. It's like the garbage of some of the conversations that you be having. Some of the conversations that I've heard y'all have are garbage, complete and total garbage. But in there somewhere is a pearl of wisdom. And you need to be sharp enough to see that pearl of wisdom. They have a thing, when I was growing up in school, we had a book called English Grammar and Comprehension. It taught us to read. It gave us good grammar. But the most important thing is it gave us the ability to comprehend what's being said in the spoken word, to understand it. And some of us are triggered by phrases that are emotional, like when I say, when fear and intimidation drives your hand to kill, right? Killing is not a thrill. It's nothing to be bragged about. It's not. I'm not going to say killing is a weakness, but it reveals itself as a weakness when you, hey, we all live in a neighborhood. I'm living in a neighborhood. I'm surrounded by 5 blocks from the centers, 5 blocks out in all directions, and everybody is there black. And I'm going to do a burglary. Am I going to go beyond the 5 blocks? No, I'm going to see if my neighbor 4 houses down has more than me, and I'm going to sneak in there and I'm going to take his. Right? That's cowardice. It's stupid. It's cowardice because you know that man, he black like you, and he's not going to, he's either older than, or he's an older person, or she's an older lady, and they can't retaliate. They got to call the police. In come the white man with his guns. What do y'all do? I've seen corners full of young black guys with guns. I'm talking about some of them had AKs. All right? And the police pull up and they got 9mm and tasers. And y'all disperse like when you turn the light on and roaches flee. Because you're scared. You're intimidated and fearful of the police. Because you've been brainwashed to believe that the white man is the authority. That uniform represents the white man. If it was a black man wearing it, that uniform represents the government. And you're going to ho, and get scared. You're going to kill somebody. They're going to take you to prison. You're going to go in there. If you're 16, 17 years old and you go in there and you got life, they put you in a man's penitentiary, you got homosexuals in there waiting on you so they can try to take advantage of you. You haven't been schooled by the old heads to tell you the first thing you do is you get you a knife. When a guy look at you wrong, you go to him and you hurt him. You get him up off you. Give yourself some space so you can grow as a man and learn. And it kind of boils down to the bad choices that you make. Who are the people that you're trying to emulate? Who are the men and women that you're trying to be like? Okay? You know, you like this guy over here because he's got a nice car. He's a drug boy. He got a gun. He shoots you. He's going to pop, pop, pop. So you're going to be like that. That's your example. He's going to go around the corner and somebody's going to pop him. Or the police going to click, 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 he's gone. Then what do? You're going to step into his shoes and take his place? Do you have those kind of smarts? Do you have any business sense? You got nothing but attitude and a weapon. And an external weapon, a gun or knife, right? Hey. Man. The traps of incarceration and death are laid so skillfully for us until we fall into them. How are we, where they say we are 15 or 20% of the population of America, but 85% of the prison populations, and that's in every state. Even states where that have 65, 75% population of white folks. The justice system, like okay, everything in America was put here for white folks, for the betterment of white folks. They don't care. They don't give a shit about you and me. All right? You can tell. And you say you don't tolerate disrespect. Well, how about this? Don't tolerate disrespect, mister. Miss Knucklehead. Reparations. You want reparations. Y'all, that's a big subject. Well, the Japanese in World War II were put in concentration camps for nothing, just because they were Japs. But when they got out, the war was over, America gave them reparations for taking their land and their business and their money. Right? And they were American citizens. The Native Americans, they were murdered, slaughtered, and driven off their land. And there are people saying that was us over here. I don't know. I'm not a historian like that. But they got reparations. And them Jews in Israel never got messed over by nobody in America. America didn't sponsor Hitler. But we pay with our tax dollars, our money, our very lives and souls to prop up that illegal country. Okay? But we right here, right now, right here, and they will not give us reparations. If they, we get our reparations in the form of a bullet. They shoot us 15, 20 times. They load us down with lead. What are we going to do about that? Does that not make you angry? It does, probably. But fear and intimidation will never drive your hand to kill them, to go back at them. And some will say it's stupid to talk about killing because they're armed, they got guns. Y'all, you armed, you on the corner 5 deep, and a man can't go to the store to buy bread or milk for his babies because he got to walk through y'all armed, crazy individuals. Okay? You swear allegiance and you say, this is my family, right? You're out there, you selling dope, or you're looking for somebody to gank, to rob, take advantage of. There you go. There you go. And 3 or 4 generations have gone by, maybe 6 or 7 generations have gone by, and y'all ain't thought about coming together and fighting back. I'm not saying pick up no guns. I'm saying stay in the house. Boycott those people who do not have your best interest at heart. Boycott them. That's a way to fight back. Okay? I gave you the problems. I gave you the consequences for the problems. But now I'm giving you an answer, a response. A real response to all of the bullshit that's been happening. It's a real response. Listen up. God damn it, listen up. You can boycott those people. If you don't like the Arabs in your community, I mean, how is it you can go in every black community and there's an Arab store, 2 or 3 of them? We don't have any beauty supply stores because y'all wear weaves and makeup, you women. We don't have any black tattoo shops and y'all got tattoos all over your body. You know? Y'all need bread and milk, but we're not selling bread and milk to each other. We've been brainwashed into oblivion as people, as human beings. We've been brainwashed into oblivion. And it's time to get de-brainwashed, to back everything up. To stop and say, how can I stop this? So you boycott him. You drive him out of business, but while you're doing that, all you older folks, because, okay, Eastern North Carolina, a lot of y'all get checks. There are a lot of communities across this country full of aging, older black folks, right? You all get Social Security checks. You take those checks, excuse me,